So as you can see, I have absolutely no makeup on whatsoever. I have already applied to my eyes hard candies I Am Tired, and what this does is it helps to depuff any puffiness under your eyes. I am an early riser and I just envy people that sleep in. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those. I'm up early in the morning. This is what I use to treat my puffy eyes. There is another brand, it's by Simple, but it's just always sold out and it's really good. It really depuffs your eyes. So that is what I do to help alleviate under eye puffy eyes. Now what I'm going to do is prime my face with Tarte's Clean Slate Poreless Primer. And it looks just like this. This is a really popular primer. So I am actually really enjoying the results I'm getting from them. It really does cover your pores. So I just take a really small amount, like about that much. I just start packing this on to my pore areas, and it's usually around all this area right here. I have some visible pores. They're small, but I still want to make sure that they're not peeking out and saying hello to everybody. It doesn't look too good, but let me tell you that this stuff really does help if you do suffer from visible pores or enlarged pores. So I'm just taking my fingers and just smoothing this over my face. And when I get to my cheeks, I just start packing this on just like that. Now what I'm going to do is just let that primer sit in my face for about 5 minutes. Now what I'm going to do is go in with this greenish looking concealer, and it's from Sonia Kashuk. It's the concealer palette Hidden Agenda number 7. The brush that I will be using for this concealer to conceal any blemishes that I have or discolorations on my skin is a brush from Coastal Scents, and it's a pointed precision foundation brush. And I'm going to start off right up here where I have some brown spots, and these pesky brown spots, I actually got them from going into the tanning beds, because I'm very light complected, and so this could have been the reason why I got some dark spots from that, even though I was protected with some of the sunscreen that they provided for me there. So now I'm just left with a couple of dark spots that do require some cover up, and I'm just going in and just concealing any old blemishes that haven't faded from pimple popping, which we all know is super bad. The foundation that I will be applying to my face is by Kat Von D's Lock-It Tattoo Foundation, and I am in the shade number 54, and I'm going to go and apply just one pump just like that, and believe me, this one pump goes a long way. I'll be going in with my Sigma angled top kabuki brush F84, and I'm going to start tapping that onto the palette, and I'm going to start by working that onto my face, and just patting motions is really all I do, and I always start on one side of my face first. So I just pat this on just like that. And I'm also buffing that into my hairline as well as bringing it down to my neck. It's very important that this gets blended, but I'm sure that everybody knows that already. So I just do that, and because I have these pore areas, I just basically just tap, tap, tap. To brighten up under my eye area, I'm now taking Covergirl and Olay Simply Ageless Eye Corrector. Just pat it onto my eye lightly, and then I'm going to take it out just like that. So I'm just creating like that, like a triangle or a V, and I'm also bringing it up right there, and just tapping. And then I'm also taking this at the bridge of my nose. I'm also putting it right in between my eyebrows, and I'm patting really lightly. Now I'm going in with Physicians Formula Cover Tox 10, and this is what I use, and you can tell I've been using this for quite a while now. I'm just going to use this, and I'm going in with my Sigma Round Top Kabuki brush, and I'm just going to just start pressing this powder on to set my concealer, and as well as the bridge of my nose. The powder that I use to set my foundation, and again, I use this regardless if it's high-end or a drugstore foundation. This is my ultimate favorite, and it's by Milani. It's the Multitasker Face Powder, and I'm in light tan. And what I do is I just go in here lightly and just tap it, and I just start pressing this onto my face and just patting motion. And I just try to avoid the areas where I set my concealer with Physicians Formula. So I just go all the way around. And I really only use 2 taps into the powder, and that's all I use. If you want to use more, you can. How I always determine if I've used too much is by my mole right there, my beauty mark. This mole will tell me if I've used too much or not. I know it's kind of strange, but this is what I do. My favorite bronzer to contour right now is Faced Chocolate Soleil, and it's in the color chocolate. I'm going to start by applying this at the hollows of my cheekbones. What it's going to do is just make your cheekbones stand out as well as slim your face. And I'm also going to apply that right under here just to give your face, you know, some definition and make it appear a little bit elongated. And before I apply my blush, I go back in with Sonia Kashuk's buffing brush that I applied my setting powder with. And I just want to give it a last dab just to make sure that there's no visible streaks or harsh lines. If you go lightly, you should be fine. My favorite blush that I use is by Chanel, and it's Rose Ecrin. Now I'm just going to repeat the step on the other side. Now it's on to my eyebrows. For my eyebrows, I go in with Milani's dark brown eyebrow pencil, and I just start following the pattern of my eyebrow, starting at the bottom. And I do go in very softly because this pencil is creamy. And I'm not too worried about it being completely perfect right now because I do correct it with concealer once I'm finished. And then I stop right about there. So now what I do is just take my brush and start from the bottom and just start dragging that color up in brushing strokes, just going up. Brow, it really does color it in a lot. So I'm just continuing by brushing up and to the side and just making sure everything gets filled in. Now going in with L'Oreal's Hip dark brown color just to shape the top of my eyebrows. And this is just a cream liner. And I'm going to just start forming the arch of my eyebrow. Again, if you do mess up, if you created it too thick, it's okay because we can correct it with concealer, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. No eyebrows are really symmetrical, so I just you know, just follow the shape of my eyebrow the best I can, just like that, bringing it down on the side. And filling in any little gaps that I see just to make sure that there is no open spaces in between my eyebrows. So this is what my eyebrows look like for now. Now it's time to correct. To clean my eyebrows from the top, I stay clear from concealers that are really light. That way it doesn't give the appearance that I did clean up my eyebrows. So what I do is I go in with a concealer that's about the same color of my skin tone after I've already applied my makeup. So I'm just going in with a brush that I purchased from Crown Brushes, just dragging this very lightly. Now I'm just repeating on the other side of my eyebrow, and again just going very lightly. Just like that. To clean the bottom of my eyebrow, I just basically just take that brush lightly and just trace it just like that. Repeat the step on the other side, which is right here. So I'm just going lightly and bringing it down just like that. And at this point my eyebrow is complete. So as requested, my foundation routine is complete. I do want to say that this Kat Von D Lock-It foundation is absolutely amazing. It doesn't oxidize. You know, the combination of the setting powders that I do use, everything just works so well, at least for me. A drugstore foundation that I am very fond of, and I just switched over to this foundation that I'm absolutely loving so much. But my #1 drugstore is Revlon's Colorstay, and that is what I have on most of my tutorials. And I am in the shade, what is it, Natural Tan, and I usually blend together 320 and 330. And because it doesn't come with the pump, I purchased, it's an airless pump on eBay, and this was only $5 with free shipping. Now what I'm going to do, as requested, is a hair tutorial on how I create my waves that you guys see in my tutorials. It's really nothing that special. It's just, you know, loose waves, and it's using a convenient, very convenient wand.